Mexico's outgoing President Enrique Peña Nieto delivering his final State of the Union address. His speech coming before NAFTA talks resume tomorrow, and at the podium, he shared a message about the trade deal, emphasizing the importance of keeping Canada as part of the pact. Peña Nieto adding Mexico continues to promote a trilateral agreement, saying North America is more successful when it stays together. But the message comes about a week after a bilateral agreement in principle between Mexico and the U.S. was announced by Donald Trump from the Oval Office, with Peña Nieto patched in via speakerphone.
They used to call it NAFTA. We're going to call it the United States-Mexico Trade Agreement.
Now, during the call, the Mexican leader did express optimism that Canada would come on board. But Trump tweeting over the weekend, in part, that there's no political necessity to keep Canada in the new NAFTA deal. So what's next?
We're continuing to work very hard, and we are making progress. We're not there yet.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Chrystia Freeland speaking after last week's trade talks in Washington fizzled without a new NAFTA deal by Trump's Friday deadline. Negotiations rev back up again tomorrow ahead of a more official deadline at the end of this month. That's when Trump is expected to send Congress a more defined trade blueprint. And Congress has signaled it's more likely to give the okay if all three North American countries have signed on, paving the way for a done deal before Peña Nieto leaves office closer to the end of the year. In British Columbia today, Justin Trudeau looking ahead to the next round of talks.
We always knew that this was going to be a long process, and we're pleased with the progress made on autos in particular with Mexico. And now our negotiators are heading back to Washington tomorrow to engage in a constructive and collaborative way and seeing if there's a deal for all of us there. As I've said, we need to see a win-win-win for all three countries, but Canada will not be signing a deal unless it is in the interests of Canadian workers, Canadian middle class, Canadians in general.